We're on. We're on, Amajo. You can go. Hello, good evening to you.
Okay,
We are
hello.
on.
Okay, should I go ahead?
Yes, yes, please.
Hello, our lovely viewers and listeners. Today it's me, myself, and I, and Auntie Atubra, the author of the Reflection for a Thirsty Soul. We are back here today. Well, last week we wasn't here. I think I have to be away, but today we are here with another exciting topic for you. We pray you join us and as we tackle this topic. Thank you. And Auntie, here we go.
Yeah, I'm just trying to share to some
Oh,
groups and then. So, as Amajo was saying, we were away last Sunday, but we're coming on again this Sunday. And then we'll also continue the Saturday book live. So, next Saturday, December the 5th, we'll be back. But this, what do you call it, Sunday, try to come and listen, especially if you are a woman. Dare to dream, dare to believe. If you've ever been told you can't do something, come and listen and empower yourself. But today we have an interesting topic, so Amajo is going to lead us. I trust your day has been good.
yes, we are saying bye-bye to November, and I am just happy. I think November has really, really dragged its feet. I hope viewers and listeners, you agree. You
It's
agree
only
with me.
dragging
I
for
think
you.
it's dragging its feet.
It's gone very fast for me, so I'm good.
2020, I just can't wait to say bye-bye. I hope somebody
Well,
is in with me as well.
excuse
Okay,
me.
so Auntie, today we have respecting the opinions, dignity, and personal boundaries of others.
Yes.
And this is my idea for this topic because with Auntie, please,
Mm-hmm.
please
The
tackle the
topic.
topic a little bit and let me put my
So
voice.
we're saying,
Yeah, they are writing,
re-
but I think they are shouting a little.
yeah, respecting the opinions, dignity, and personal boundaries of others. And I think our concern comes from the fact that a lot of times when you go on social media and the different platforms, and people are even we as a community, people are airing their opinions, and somehow it would seem that if you don't agree with me, instead of you having the bringing forth your opinions and maybe even trying to convince me or sway me to your viewpoint, we resort to insults because we have no other option. And it goes on constantly. And I ask myself, what has happened to us as a people? Because the insults, it's just too much. It's very sad. Like I don't know what to think, right? And it's become commonplace. It's from the top, people in authority, all the way down, young people insulting their elders, elders not respecting the younger ones. But of course, in our culture, they'll tell you that elders don't need to respect younger ones, but that is also wrong. So there's just a lot going on. But Ama Jo brought up the topic, so I'll hand it over to her to also delve into it, and then we can go.
Auntie, just yesterday I decided to just Google a little bit about respect.
Hmm.
And then reading down a little bit about it, I realized that it talks about the cultural differences as well. So, so it's like as much as I refuse to I think on Amma Manson's show, one of the shows, I was defending
Mhm,
that no, that one is not part of our culture. I was like, this is
mhm.
just a habit. I don't think it's a culture. But now reading about this respect thing
But let me
yesterday
let me
taught me
let me
that
just
yes.
backtrack there. I
Mm-hmm,
beg to differ with you that is not part of the culture. So just think about it.
mm-hmm,
What kind of a people are we? Like even when something is happening around, say a crowd, and maybe somebody falls or something, are we likely to go help
mm-hmm.
the person up, or are we standing there laughing at the person? It's negativity that brings about that, and our mindset is very negative. I always say that we have a
Yes.
negative psyche, and I don't know how what we can do to get out of that. So,
Yeah. So I was like, is it because we don't know the meaning of respect? So I actually put the meaning of respect down. I was respect. What is it? What
hmm.
is Auntie? Can you just tell me a little bit about respect? The meaning of respect, maybe.
Respect. I didn't Google it, but what I know is this. Okay. Oh, Pastor P. Good evening, beautiful
Greetings,
lady.
Pastor
How
P.
are
Mimisia.
you? What I remember is this: when we were being brought up in my time. Yeah, there was still disrespect around, don't get me wrong, but what I remember is that it was a big thing. And for me, you see, my father is an Ashanti and my mother is an Akuapem. So, the Akuapem people, we get our share of the mockery of Mpacho. So yeah, Mpacho, so then like you greet people respectfully, your elders. You don't
Mhm.
even look into their eyes. You are bowing or bending your knees, respecting. And how do I even explain it? It's just something that was ingrained in us. You dare not go speak rudely to your mother or speak rudely to your father or anything. So for me, even sometimes the values that I was given, when like if somebody gives you something, even the next day you call and you say thank you. So all my life up to now, for me, to me that's what I know. So if I give you something and I don't hear anything from you, it's almost like, oh, what's going on, right? And you go, well, people are brought up differently, so you have to move on from that. But just little basic things that you are taught, the words that you speak, right? But as a people, no, the culture, no, it encourages. We have this attempted, but still, like Pastor P said, the culture teaches us to respect. So, based on what is going on in your home, you'll be taught a certain level of respect for yourself, respect for others. Because to me, anybody who stands
Mhm.
there and insults people and whatever, they lose my respect right away because they have no respect for themselves. If they respected themselves, they wouldn't even come out and be mouthing off at anybody. Period. Yes, that is exactly. Some of us have lost our
Lost
values.
our values. Hmm.
Yes. Hmm.
Yes. Yes. But Auntie Yao, from the Google thing, it's telling us
Uh-huh.
that when you give another person your time
Hmm.
and your focus and
Hmm.
your ear,
Hmm.
you validate them,
Hmm.
which which conveys respect
Hmm.
according to how it is. Well, there was a lot, but I normally pick up those ones that makes it simple.
Hmm.
Normally go with simple words because I don't want to complicate stuff. And with
Hmm.
this, I realized that. But reading this alone, I realized that it's because we don't really give people time to listen to try to listen to them and understand them.
Hmm.
Because if I listen to you and I pay attention to try and make meaning of what you are saying,
Hmm.
then I will try. Then I will that will validate, and with that, my
Hmm.
reaction towards you will be different. But because we
Hmm.
just don't value what others says, we turn up to this is reading about this. This is the conclusion I came of it. I realized that we 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 don't respect others' opinions, and we don't pay
Mm-hmm.
attention to validate whatever it is that is coming from them. But that is, and our reason of doing that is because we thought, oh, you are not on the same page as I, so that is it.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, it shouldn't be like that.
That is the thing. Well, it's almost like, you're talking about, what do you call it? Listening and validating, right? A lot of times, even, you've heard, I'm sure
Yeah.
you've heard it many times, that we don't listen to understand, we are listening to respond to what the person is saying. We're not very good at listening. And then the problem too is that we don't know how to handle.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we were taught. We've talked about this before, that in the culture, it's almost like, because of the respect only going for adults. Even if an adult does
Mm-hmm.
something to you and you actually keep quiet, so we've stuffed our feelings in. So we don't know how to talk to each other in a civil manner, a civil conversation. So because you don't agree with me, then you are my enemy, and then I resort to insults. So who I think about when, in this discussion, that Mr. James
Mm-hmm.
Addison, emotional intelligence. So I'm wondering, how I'm wondering how his work is for him. And I'm not saying he's the only one per se, but I guess he's a key person. But
Mm-hmm.
the things that he's trying to teach, I'm sure it's like that is what children here are being taught in school
Mm-hmm.
in the early stages. How to, and it's not to say everybody here is good, but I'm
Yes.
saying that the culture is aware. The culture is
Mm-hmm.
aware. So they make that, you have to own your feelings. Like, nobody can come and tell you that you don't feel how you are feeling. But us, where we are from, when we see that, we say that, oh, abrofo nkola na ye jeju omo so no. But you are teaching the person to become a whole human being, you know. Hmm.
Yes.
Yes, Pastor P,
Disrespect
you are right.
necessary.
Yeah, there's so much hatred and
Don't value
disrespect. Yeah,
opinions anymore.
yeah.
Yeah. But Pastor P, is it because they don't value anymore or we did not know it? How did we, if we know it, how did we come to this era whereby there is none at all? Because here it's saying until you listen to another
Hmm.
person's concern, you will not you will not know what he or she is feeling.
Hmm.
So until you give that person's attention, then you will understand what the person is saying. My reason for bringing this topic is a video is circulating on the same social media where a
Hmm.
man is crying and
Hmm.
begging his lover to come back and forgive and shouldn't listen to what people are saying. Then they brought another media brought it up to discuss. And then all that I hear was, oh, he was brought up by a woman. How can a man brought up by a man be crying about a woman like this? They see nothing wrong about his feelings and what he was trying to bring out. So I was, no, we have had it up to here. Can we just listen to what he was trying to say? Can we
Hmm.
can we put ourselves in that video to just understand the emotion he's expressing? So I
Hmm.
actually have to call and tell them that we should allow our brothers and sisters, our husbands, to show their emotion. Let's see the vulnerable side of them because we have asked them to just be a man, don't cry. So we don't see the crying side of them.
Amajo.
Harbor it in, keep it in. So we don't see. But then coming back to this topic, it's like, do we respect this man? Did we respect his feelings? I think
No.
my comment I made was, let's respect what he was doing. Let's respect his feelings.
But
We
Amajo,
shouldn't say
I
who
think,
brought him up. Oh, or your baba or your bema. I felt
hello,
so
Miss Sage.
disrespected.
Well, this is the thing. So that tells you that the values, right? What they are doing, it tells me that
Yeah.
nothing has changed. It's still the same. So that's why we have men the way they are. You can't break through and have a conversation with a man because they are a man and they are always bottling their emotions in. Today they are very nice, very loving. Tomorrow you're seeing something different because they
Yeah,
are
they
not in
are not.
tune, they are not in tune with their feelings. So when they show you that and they change it tomorrow, it's like, oh, the macho wall has to go up. If I show feelings
Yeah.
to the woman, she'll think I'm weak and start being blah blah blah. We don't honor our emotions. We don't, like, we're a whole person. The word that I want to use, we are harsh.
Mm,
We come from a harsh culture. I don't know if it's because of
yes.
poverty. Bibia, we've suffered so much that everything, we don't even take the time to sit down and acknowledge what is going on inside us. Yeah, Miss Sage said respect is in. We don't, right? And so it's like he's a human being. He has emotions. It is okay.
Yes.
It's just showing that he loves the woman. So if he loves the woman, you are telling him to be a
Yes.
man, but then he'll be a man and go sit down in pain and maybe possibly even go do harm himself, or if he goes to extreme. So allow him to bring it out.
To the point whereby they even have to bring it. Oh, if you don't have a man in your life, you suffer. If a man doesn't raise you up, you suffer, Pam. Okay, a man raised me up. A woman did not raise me up. What is the suffer about me? Okay, it's not all about you have to lose your partner. But here's the case: my dad never lived my mom. I lost my mom, and my dad have to single-handedly brought me up. But here I am, a man is crying, and another man, instead of another man to say, our brother is crying, the another man is telling him, oh, we're on your bema, but
No, Amajo, do you know
I
something?
had it up to here.
Do you know something? They are just still sitting there
Yes,
in
ma'am.
that male arrogance. They are not willing. Look, and I won't speak for every man. There are certain men who are out there
Yes,
and they don't do
yeah.
these things, okay? They don't do that. But
Mm-hmm.
generally speaking, you see these harsh types. They have no respect for women, no respect for themselves. They just talk anyhow and they think their idea of being a man is macho kokoti, that no, look, how many men will even tell you that, oh, I wish that my father had been more, more this or more that, because it was my mom who was
Yes.
whatever. So we kind of were leaning more towards my
Mm-hmm.
mom. And there's a lot of men who will tell you that
Yes.
based on what I saw in my childhood, I vowed not to be a certain type of man to my children and to my wife. So kudos to those men. Like, there's something that is, if you don't know it, you go and learn. What you
Yeah.
weren't taught, you can learn. We need to change. We're not willing to change. So we are stuck in those cultural modes, eh?
Okay. If we don't even want to learn, can we try and just listen? Because
No, we're
listening
not good at
begins
that.
with respect.
No,
Be-
no,
Can
no,
we
no,
just
no.
try? Let's say we don't even want to
Mm,
learn anything, but can we just try and
no.
respect? Because respect begins with listening. Just give an
Mm,
attention to what whosoever
mm.
is talking. We
Look,
have a way of saying obi kasa na say kwasi asamokra esese witie no. Have we forgotten that? We have verbs on the things we do, but it seems we have lost it all.
Amajo, I'm going to say
I don't know
something.
how.
I'm going to say something. And this is how I feel. For me,
Mhm,
right, when I hear some of these things,
mhm.
like what you said, oh, Obana, Titi, and this and that, it saddens me in my spirit
Yes,
that because I'm a woman and I come from a certain environment, when I step back
I was
there, it's
hurt.
almost like it's almost like I am a non-person. That bothers me. We have no
Yes,
respect for ourselves, the men, and then have no
no.
respect for women. So just because
Exactly.
you're a woman, so that is a big problem for me.
Auntie, I was equally hurt. That is why as soon as you said a topic, I drop it right there. I was equally hurt. Auntie, I am stuck with my two boys. You see, between my two boys, my little one is on fire. My little one, I'm sure he will even get a certificate in grade 3. He's on fire. He's sharp. And my big one, I struggle with him. Me, what the way I teaches my big one, it because I know the little one is on fire, I don't pay much attention to him. And at times you
Mhm.
say, Mommy, how come you're so much on AAM? Then I would say, come on now. AM plays too much. Then the last time we were teaching, we were doing something on the board. So I asked the little one to to show the big one. And then do you know what he said? Mom, he's gonna get it. And then you are going to say something and that it will hurt my feelings. That is my boy telling me. And right away, I was no, far from it. I'm not doing that to hurt your feelings, but I want him to do it for you to know that you are not paying attention enough. You are equally smart. It's just because you are not paying attention enough. That is why. You see, he was so now. Am I a man? No, I'm a woman. But I was telling him no. It's not that because I'm trying to demean you or anything. I'm not trying to hurt your feelings. The next day, after I dropped it at school, I tried to let him know that he shouldn't think that I want to hurt his feelings or anything. Meaning I'm listening and I'm trying to do the right thing. We should listen. We should be people that listen. Let's say we don't want to learn. It's fine. But can we just listen to other people's opinion and just respect it?
Pastor P, it's
Just
true.
respect it.
But Amajo,
It's
just what
so
you said.
good.
So just because you are raising two boys doesn't make them any
Yes.
less men, because,
No, exactly.
it's an insult.
Too much. Too much. And wow, even if it's like that, what is wrong? Because it shouldn't be simply because you left your marriage or you were divorced. It can happen that I lost my husband. And so does that mean simply because of that, if my son is showing emotions, it should be an insult to say your baba, well, with those words, no, 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 no. Our people, we have to stop. Auntie, please.
So what we are talking about, it's very it's a sad situation, because when you look all around you, it's everywhere. Any social media platform you go on to, you see people not listening to each other, the insults. So I don't know. Sometimes I ask myself, do we have any manners at all? Like, why have we gotten? It's almost like we've gotten to a base level. Like, it's I don't know. It's more like if you are somebody who's polite or cultured, or try to respect people, then people take you for a fool. You have to be out there insulting people. But we need to learn to honor ourselves as a
Yeah.
people. There's a lot of good in us, but it's lost. We don't see it. It almost seems like, how negative we are and we don't like truth. Somebody might even say that, oh, as for these people, when they come on this platform, all they come and talk about is negative things. Why don't they talk about the good things? To me, what I knew when I was growing up, no, it's deteriorated. It's just gone. It's very bad right now. It's like a young person standing on social media. I don't know whether he's one of the people who's failed his SS or who knows what, but say, hey, Akufo-Addo, blah, 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 then insulting. And that is your president.
Very bad. Very,
Obia
very
Mufu,
bad.
nobody respects. Nobody respects. Yeah, I don't know.
Unfortunately, we lost it. We lost it to the end. I don't know. I'm questioning myself though. And this is the question: are we like this, or is it the social media that is spoiling us,
Hello,
or
Nana.
this is who
Welcome.
we are?
Happy
Thank
Friendsgiving to you
you.
too.
Happy Thanksgiving. And yeah, that's the question I'm asking myself. Are we like this? Or is social media exposing us? Are we getting to know truly who we are? Or we are just copying, or we are just doing things because of the media? I don't get it.
It's a number of them. It's there and we're being exposed because
Mhm,
social media, obviously, and then we are learning. So we are learning from, we think we can just say anything and get away with it. Nobody values anybody anymore. Like Pastor P was saying, that it's
mhm,
we don't. I don't know. Like, if you're a human being and you have respect for yourself, the words that come out of your
mhm.
mouth, you think about it before you throw it out. That is the
Of course,
first step.
like I said. we all I have a way of answering people. I can answer you, and you will go, and you would think twice before you realize that what I told you is an insult. Meanwhile, I'm one hell of a person who doesn't want to insult at all. But then
Yeah.
if it goes beyond me, the words I will use on you, you will even have to think about it to realize that what I said was an insult. That is if you can reason enough.
Yeah.
So the way we have completely neglected uh how other people's feels. We
It's pride and true no inquiry. Yes, that's what it is. We've lost our way
it,
completely. Completely. We've lost our way.
it's getting out of hand.
There's
It's
no
really getting
humility.
out of
There's
hand.
no humility.
Eh?
Ahobrɛaseɛ bi anim, no humility whatsoever. Arrogance. Arrogance. And it's from the top down. You know, the lies that we tell. Obi anka nokore, nobody wants to speak the truth. Nobody wants to acknowledge that, hey, I'm wrong. Oh, I'm sorry. We don't know how to say I'm sorry. The person will insult you, like what you said about when you give somebody a response, they have to go and think about it. That's how I am. Say, abrofui that we work with. Of course, when you do something, I'm not coming to insult you, big, big, big. But I'll say something cheeky and funny. And then
No.
you stand there and laugh and say, oh my gosh, that's a dig. And we all laugh about it. And you go your way. Next time, you won't come and try that again. And it's all in
If you
jest. We're
reason
just
enough,
joking.
you come back and
Yeah,
tell me, oh, so this is what you do.
yeah, yeah. And we laugh about
Yeah.
it. So they know me that way. That's how, I'll say something and go, oh, blah, blah. And then they'll look at you and just laugh because they know that it's you talking. But I've told you the truth. It's
And see, yeah,
disturbing. It's very,
going
very
forward,
sad.
what this question I want to throw in, why respect is important in our life? Why is respect
Well,
important in our life?
it is because, listen, if you're in a relationship, right? These are our marriages or boyfriend, girlfriend, what have you. And then you have a man or a woman who's absolutely rude, talking to you anyhow they like every day. How will that make you feel? How does that make you feel? Like you are worth nothing, your self-esteem. But a lot of us are used to that, so we sit in it. Like I sit there and I look and I say, what gives anybody the right to be so arrogant and treat another human being like that? And so we say, oh, because he's a man, so put up with it. Oh, this and oh, because he's a woman. So no, 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 no,
Of
no, no.
something very nice I read here. It said showing respect for human life and
Mm,
human being is a
mhm,
fundamental to a civil society.
mm.
So
Well, our
meaning
society
we
is not
haven't been
civil
very civil
anymore.
at all.
No. Do you know something?
Yes, meaning
It's
we haven't
almost
been
like
very civil.
this is something that, well, who knows? I can't. I'm not a. I can't predict. I don't predict elections. It's almost like the whole country has to go back to some basic adult education. Something like What are who are we as Ghanaians, and what is our value
Yeah.
system? Like, are we teaching this in the schools? Who are we?
Yeah. That
Oh,
I think we can do. But at the point whereby even
hello.
grown-ups have lost
For Huawei, he's giving me a different name. No, we need to, who is a Ghanaian, right? Because in certain cultures, and I mean maybe someone might say it's the communist countries, but there's a sense of some national identity or national pride of who you are, right? But as for us, if you say Ghanaian, oh, if you go to a workplace and a Ghana, a Ghanaian, your fellow Ghanaian sees you coming, they think, oh, trouble. So the attitude changes, right? Even today, a woman of God was on. I was listening to her about, and these are Africans, obviously. No, there's Ghanaians in there, and the other people, but this COVID situation, there's a need. So they went around distributing food, and so the story is that I think that one of the people who they distributed food to is a widow or something like that. And then somebody's going to screenshot that picture and sending it around to the girl's relative that, oh, look at her. She's begging for food. She's disgracing your family. So these kind of things that we do, you know what I mean? Like honoring ourselves, respecting ourselves, personal boundaries. Where's the thing again? You know,
Mm-hmm.
learning to respect
Dignity.
people, their dignity, and their personal boundaries. You know, it's almost like our mouths, where our lips are always sharp and ready to speak negative on anybody who comes our way. And it's not helping us, it's not building us up. And then if you are somebody who doesn't do those things, people think you are too soft. Our behavior amongst other nationals in this cold or hot. So I don't know, you know. I really
Yeah.
I don't yeah, all the things we do, they're the things we do. It's terrible. It's terrible. And I mean,
Another question here is, without respect, what do we lose? And Auntie, yeah, this is what I got.
mm, mm,
We lose heart, and then we become mean. We become so rude, disrespectful towards others. We
mm,
become so low self-esteem. That is if we lose respect.
mm,
We have personal problems, personality disorders. This is what
mhm,
disrespect does. If we lose
mhm,
it, this is what we get.
mhm.
And if you look among us or listen to the way we do, lack of empathy,
Yes,
tenderness, and all that is
yes.
simply because we love all this is simply because without respect. So we are doing all this, and all this, that just a few that I put down, is this is what I see around us. This is what I see on the social media. Meaning we lost it. We lost respect. We
Bahama
become
Joe,
so self-centered.
yeah, it's a condition of our heart and then the mindset, the way we think.
Yes,
Hmm.
it's
Because
so terrible. And because of all this, we have lost that feelings for us and feelings towards others. That is why we don't even pay attention to listen to them or to see what is
hmm
going on with them.
hmm well, you're only thinking about yourself, not your fellow human beings. Become a survival of the fittest kind of life. So, but I don't know. Like I don't know what what can happen, what can change. I think too that is the like we are overdoing it. Social media has exposed us too much. So I mean, it would be ideal if people would think before they spoke. But here we are. We feel even when it's not their business, people want to come and speak to you about things that are not their. No filters, no filters, no boundaries. We feel free
It's
to
so sad
judge
that we
and
have lost
condemn.
it.
Hmm.
Yeah. You can disagree with my opinion,
Hmm.
but it doesn't mean you should disrespect me simply because I
No.
shared my thoughts.
Hmm.
it, I, I can't reason. We can't reason the same, and that is how life is. If your opinion is A and mine is B, it doesn't make me less of a human being. And I think
But
we have understanding these few parts in our life has, I don't know what it is that has made us gone so wrong to the point whereby we just don't see it in that aspect. But if I don't agree with you, meaning you are wrong, completely wrong, and nothing we say will make sense to us, which is also come to the same respect. Respect my opinion and appreciate,
I'm a
respect
joy.
where I stand.
It comes to the same thing. We don't have emotional intelligence. To like you have to agree to disagree. I'm a joy. I don't see eye to eye with you. It doesn't mean I hate you. Do you get what I mean?
Yes.
Yes. It's like how that time. I'll give that example again. When oh okay when President Rawlings passed away, and she was asking me that we were doing a live, and she said, "Oh, am I going to talk about it?" And I said, um, "Unfortunately, I'm not a political person. I have reservations about that because I went to school with a lot of children who lost their parents in that regime. So I wasn't going to. Well, now I'm talking about it. So when I said it, Amajo understood me. She said, and we didn't quarrel about it. It's my personal opinion that, you know what? I don't want to do that because I saw the effect it had on those people. We need to learn to be mature. It's maturity. What
Yes.
we're doing is a sign of immaturity. So you don't agree with me, so I hate you or you hate me. Look at how we handle our issues, even. It tells you the state, like if somebody has a problem with you, instead of coming straight to talk to you, then I'll go to Pastor P and say, "Oh, Pastor P, I'm a joker. She did this, she saw me and then she turned and she went away." So if you felt that way, why didn't you walk after Amajo and say, "Hey, Amajo, hang on, hold on. Are you in a hurry?" Maybe Amajo was because, "Oh, you know what? I saw you. I was coming to talk to you, but then I got a call from my school. Something, I have to go to the school right away." That's what it is. But you are going away, going to complain that, "Oh, Amajo saw you," and we make up things. Have the maturity to say, "Hey, maybe this is not what I'm seeing." Give me, I give people chances. Like, even at work, I've given the example of work that two times I'll allow people three chances. Like sometimes you see somebody, they are moody and gloomy, you talk to them about the situation and the way they'll behave. So the next time I see you, if it's like that, you don't get a third time. I'm distancing myself. But you do that once or maybe twice, even maybe it's depending who you are. I might say, "Oh, let me give you that third chance." The third time you are okay. If it concerns me enough, I'll come and say, "Hey, are you okay? What's going on?" But some people are just how they are. So because I'm not here to put up with people's what do you call it? I'm not here to put up with people's abuse. I don't go around putting up with people's abuse. So you're not going to come and treat me anyhow you like and get away with it.
Right.
If you are going to be like that to me and you have no regard for me, I'm not bringing myself to you. No, that is, we draw the line there, right? I didn't read his some. I think people abroad share their thoughts more often,
Mm-hmm.
whether it is a fact or yes. But at least, yeah, they are speaking up. They are taught that in the society that you speak up. So a lot of times, some of us, if something is bothering you and we are not even talking about it, it's a problem. They
It
even
is.
um, they even mark it against you because you're supposed to open your mouth and say what you need. If something is not working for you, speak up. But ask, "Oh, more, 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 more." No.
The saying we all have is a problem shared is
Oh,
half
but the uncle
solved.
doesn't all
Is that-
pay cent. I'm not getting you. Oh, he said his keyboard is autocorrect. Yeah, that's what's going on. We are not getting what you are saying. So,
Yeah,
mhm,
yeah. How a problem solved. Half of the problem solved is you sharing it.
mhm,
Because if you are sharing with the right party, then
mhm,
whatever it is that they will say or the way they will say you will make you kind of feel half healed. You
mhm.
know, we have lost it completely. We took respect out of the equation and it has affected us or it affected us so badly.
Amajo,
Because for uh-huh.
look at us right now. How many people do you think are on this platform? So, say we were insulting somebody
Oh
and beefing
yeah.
about somebody, there will be people here. So, we are predisposed towards those kinds of behaviors, right? Anywhere where somebody is being disrespected, that's what makes us happy. It would
I have
seem some, not everybody, some.
yes, I have this feeling that it keep burning in me that our generations will be better. Our generation, our future will be better.
I hope so. I hope so
And
sincerely.
if we do not believe it's going to happen, you and
Hmm.
I wouldn't be sitting here doing this because I'm sure
Hmm.
you have a lot to do. Likewise, I do. But we still find a
Hmm.
lot of time to sit here and share our
Yeah.
opinions.
Hmm.
And we pray that eh, the respect that was given to us or the way it was, life is changing. The world is moving that fast. I'm still saying it. and the way it's changing, we just have to change towards it. We should stop living at the back of the gutter where we used to be before, and see that life is changing, and I stopped saying certain things that we used to say that didn't help us, and we are still saying them, especially all about Obana no. You know, Obana will be a the Berman no. You know,
Mm-hmm.
we should stop saying certain things.
Yes, thank
Yes,
you. Thank you,
yes, Miss
Missy. That's
Williams.
it right there.
Yes, yes. Respecting opinion, people's space, people's boundaries. Well,
Dignity.
yes, there is no need for me to agree with you, but fair enough, that is your opinion. It's
Mm-hmm.
okay, just take it. Take mine too. Respect me enough to take mine. But
Mm-hmm.
don't castigate me in a way that will make me
Yes,
feel
yes,
so
yes.
bad.
It's true. People want to see people fall down. Mm-hmm.
What will my fall down? What would you get from my fall down? That's the question we should ask ourselves if we
But
want to see
Amajo,
people fall. What do we get from
Amajo,
them falling? Yes, ma'am.
the issue, right? The issue too, when he said that, and the downfall, watching for people's
Mm-hmm.
downfall, a lot of us went through a lot of things in childhood. There's so many people walking around with baggage that they are carrying that they themselves have not acknowledged, nobody is acknowledged because of the environment in which we are. We don't talk about feelings. Who cares if you feel this? Oh, Jawa bro for some no this and that. We don't honor ourselves enough to own our stuff and say, this happened to me while I was a child. How many people went to live with family members and that and were abused and who knows what? Girls and
Accepted,
boys
Auntie.
alike. Okay, so we're walking
Uh-huh.
around, we're the walking wounded with pain in our hearts. So the only thing that we know is to inflict pain on others. But it would help us if we would sit quietly. Look, these places, these countries in which we live, there's so many resources here, but we've brought our mindset from back there to here. And we say things like, oh, when you talk about mental health and things like that, oh, maybe I'm not crazy, I'm not this. There's counseling. There's all kinds of resources out there. Some are free, some are not. You only have to ask or look for it. But some of us, we sit in these systems, we don't even know our left or right. We can't maneuver the system. We can't maneuver our way around. So we don't even know what is available to us. So it's we until we take care of our own healing. This topic that we are talking about, it starts with one individual at a time. If you sit down and you ask, am I okay? Where are things okay for me and where are things not okay for me? Why is it that I'm always getting angry? Oh, my husband talks to me and I'm angry, or my spouse or my kids and I'm yelling. What is going on? But we don't want to do that work. Yes, you are right. Hurt people hurt other people. Bam. We don't want to do that work. So we keep on going around and hurting people. Then we go to the next, hurting people. There are some people that any beef that happens, they are there. That is all that they know. But can't you change the narrative? Can't you make a change and become a healthy person? Amajo, all this that we are talking about is, I remember there was a gentleman who was he taught us some courses and all that, and then he would make there was this statement that he made. He calls it community he calls it community malaise. Like
Okay,
there's a thing about that community. When
right.
they say, oh, Sankrofo, you know that there's some particular thing about them or some particular thing that defines them, and
Mm-hmm.
it's not a good thing. There's just something there. So it's almost like we've become so used to this type of mindset. Look, I find it so hard to believe that this is the year 2020. Like somebody said, people are sending people to the moon, coming up with all kinds of things, and we are sitting there
Ah,
insulting each other,
ah,
calling people's
be,
mothers body
be, be,
parts. Right.
believing in superstition that somebody will
Yes.
go and sleep and come back and say, and I dream and God said this. We are still
Yes. Or people going to curse people, you know?
that's a drama part. That's that part I don't get. They just waste
Progress.
egg and water.
We need to find out who are
We
you?
have
Who are we as a
Antia,
people?
without respect, what we lose. We have
Hmm?
all these things we are talking about is what we lose. That is simply because we
Mm-hmm.
don't have a respect.
Yeah.
Eh? We
How you
for
talk, how
us
you
not
treat
having
other people.
no empathy for people and all the lack of all those things.
Yeah.
It's simply because we lack respect. I am
Yeah.
still saying that if this is who if that is who we were, that was what we were doing. Those are the things we say, oh, wait, you should say also, oh, or baba, and also. If that is who we were,
Look,
embrace
I
to say,
always say this.
you can't
Mm,
answer me, embrace like a dear chain. I'm back to my literature word. We have found a new land, and the new land we have found has come with a change. If we used to say, oh, tete no, only one now ma make us no, it's no more today.
mm,
Today we ask
mm,
questions. Indeed,
mm,
that was then. But let's come back to this reality that that was what we used to do before. Mfasoɔ bɛn
mhm,
na ɛde brɛ yɛn? Ɛdɛn na
mm,
yɛnya free mu? Sɛ
mm,
yɛnya hwee mfiri mu deɛ a, na ɛsɛ sɛ yɛgu so yɛkɔ so yɛ anaa? This is my question.
mhm, mm,
Since that was our way of life, and
mhm,
it didn't better us, it didn't give us anything good, then why should we keep
mhm,
on? How should we hang on to it? What
mhm,
happened to change?
hmm, hmm,
The things we say at times, why would somebody even say this?
hmm,
And it's simply because we have so much low self-esteem that we
mhm,
just want to drag somebody to be part of us, that we have to
mhm,
pull, just as you've been saying. He said, we pull me down. The pull me
hmm,
down syndrome is too much. And it's also because we lost respect. We lost that value, and it's affecting us. Since we all know, it's not like we don't know it's not affecting us. We know, we can see it. Just as you're saying that a small boy was insulting a president and all that, forgetting that someday
mhm.
he can also become a president.
Nana Ko say, read. Do we like reading? It is true. What you're saying is true. Because we're all about the making money, but we don't think about bettering ourselves. Look, the
No.
sad, the sad reality is that you've come from an environment, a different environment to here. Yes, you have your good values from there. Throw away the bad ones, pick up the good ones from here,
Yes.
and live with it. But we refuse to. You see, and this argument, this respect thing we are talking about, Amajo, what it is that we have closed minds. One of the points that I have is that have an open mind. Just when I say have an open mind, it's not just sit there and, there are some people that, especially, excuse me to say, I won't even say Christian, our religious people, because some of us are so cocotti that, oh, the Bible says this, so nothing, you are in the world, you know the Bible, but you have to interact with people in the world. So are you going to condemn everybody and say, because they are not a Christian, I won't talk to them? Then I'm using an example. How do you bring somebody to Christ if you are condemning them already in your heart? So I'm just saying this stuff about keep open mind. You don't agree with a person, but hear them out. Hear them out instead of
Simple.
insulting them. And then when you are done, you
Simple.
say, look, I have heard you, but that's not how I feel. So you stick with your opinion. These are my points. You bring them across in a nice, cordial way. It's not that by the time that you finish talking, now you have to be fighting.
And
It's
see,
not mature. It's not maturity.
I have two kids that last year I have two kids that were in grade 2 that were still struggling to speak. So because of that, I always have to be in the class with them because I have to hear them say something. And being in this class, it's like I totally forgot about these children that I'm supposed to be teaching, and I'm learning. The grade 2 teacher that I had actually impressed me so much. With that teacher in that class, no child made mistake, because if you raise up your hands, she would love to see everybody's hands up, and she will make sure everybody give an answer to whatever question that she's put. And to her, whether even if what he said is wrong, she's not going to say, "Oh no, you are wrong." And it's not, she's not the only teacher that does that. Even up to the high schools and all that, I know the teachers will actually want to answer you, will say, "What if you make it this way? Don't you think?" Rather than even trying to tell you you are wrong, they will find a way just for you not to feel bad that why did you even give a wrong answer. That is something that I learned from the class and I'm hanging on to. Because we are from a generation whereby we don't know those. You raise up your hands and your question is wrong, the teacher will tell you, "Oh, wrong," and then your hands are down, and and they, before the teacher will say somebody is even laughing. We have used it to make a name with you, and then because of that, you will not even get the gut to even talk again.
If you say you are wrong and leave it at that, he'll come and cane you too after. Can we take a commercial break, please? We'll go on a commercial break and come back. Yeah.
Welcome back.
Yeah. What we are saying, right? It's the points that I had is that, even though you don't agree, you have to find common ground. Like, okay, I'll be talking to Amajo, we're arguing about something, but try to see the person's point, and you need to have a listening ear. And the thing too, this one here is very true. Like my fourth and fifth point is like, keep your emotions in check. I'm going to talk about that and seek understanding. We don't have understanding, and the emotions, everything, we become emotional. Look, I've been on somebody's platform, some platforms, and people have come on there and they are making a comment, and the comment is not even an insult, but the person took it as an insult and started insulting the person to get off the platform and going to block them. And this, have you noticed that we don't understand? Like, you say something to somebody and then they take it out of, why? We are very defensive. So what is the problem? Why is that?
Auntie, we don't take our time to listen. Because if we take our time to listen, we will understand what you are trying to say. But because we don't take our time to listen, understanding doesn't come there. So that is why we don't understand. We don't listen. That's all. And why? Why don't we listen? Lack of respect. Because if I respect you enough, I'm going to understand you. I will give you a chance for you to express yourself. And I'll try to make a point, even if I don't understand it. I will ask you in a normal way that, what do you mean exactly? But we don't listen. So that is why we don't understand. If we will take our time to listen, and if we are not getting it, we can ask you, "Excuse me, what do you mean by that?" Most of the time, I do comment on things I don't agree on a lot. One of them that I commented on, somebody got back to me and said, "You know what? I appreciate the way you twisted it around and questioned me without putting it on an insult." So I was like, I'm promoting people not to insult. Since I started commenting, it was just once I was blocked. It was when I was blocked and I mentioned that they said I said something, so I was blocked for some period of hours. Then my brother was, "I've been blocked every day." So I was meaning you are insulting. Yeah, my big brother, I was like, they said I said something, so they blocked me for a day. My brother also, no, me, they have blocked me. It's the first time, it's the ever first time. And I have told myself, I'm never going to make my comment so much where I'll be blocked for a few hours again. But to my brother, he just used to it. He was, oh, I just installed them and then they will block me. You see, we have to
But
learn.
But this insult, it's childishness. It's
Yes,
very
we have to
childish,
learn. We
and a
have to
lack of
stop.
like we I have no words to explain it. That
We have
it's
lost
always we don't know how to
self-respect
articulate
for
our
human
opinions
life.
intelligently.
Yes,
We don't know how to, like, if somebody is saying something and it doesn't agree with what we are saying. It's not an attack on us personally. It's just we're having a difference of opinion. That's
yes.
all. It's nothing about you as a person. But then the
Mhm.
person starts to insult you and insults your mother and insults your father and everybody. Like, really?
I
There's a
uh,
name for that. It's so bush. No, look, I'm
yeah.
very, it's not, you see, the thing is, it's not everybody who's doing it. But when
Mhm.
people see these threads, they'll
Majority,
say, all of us are like
no,
that.
Auntie, it's because majority carry the vote, and it's the
Mm-hmm.
majority that are doing it. Those that are not doing it is just a few.
Mm.
That's the whole thing. We are not
We need to
listening.
go back to the basics. Mm-hmm.
Yes, we are not listening. And as for education in Ghana, it have to change. It, our learning system have to change.
800 children have failed SHS.
The parents are complaining, but they've forgotten that cheap things always cost.
Yes,
Cheap things cost. I was, what
when
are
you
they
get something cheap,
complaining
you don't
about?
value it.
And Auntie, me, who is always in the classroom going up and down, trying to help other children to talk. Okay, me doing that. My children are in Christian school where I pay extra.
Mm-hmm.
I'm teaching my little boy, and he's telling me, Mommy, I don't like your teaching. I have to look for another teacher for him because I know it's important.
Yes.
Cheap things always cost. They said free education. Our mothers jump and happy. Our children might have it, but everything free have its price to pay. And
We
this was
like
the
we
price. They
like a
want to put the
deforest.
blame on the government for what?
Mm-hmm.
They were happy. Everybody jumped without thinking about the consequences. That is the part that hurt me most. I was, why are they complaining?
Mm.
They were just happy about free. They were not thinking about the consequences of what free will come out of.
Yeah,
I
well,
promised
free.
you free. I did not
Yeah.
promise you the children will pass. When I
Well,
promised you
but
free,
Amajo,
did you
even
question me?
the free
Okay.
in itself, no, was the
Yeah.
person, was it really to our advantage, or was it serving a political whatever? You get what, everybody has whatever they get out of it. So you
Yes.
thought you were getting a student who is passing and this and that, right? And somebody
My
also got political capital out of it.
A friend of mine was saying, "Oh, my daughter is in the high school, and then he goes for free." I was okay. So, what do you mean by free, and how progressive is this? It wasn't long ago, and then he came back to tell me, "Oh, he's back home for 3 months, and I have to pay for studies." I was then, you keep that teacher for him for the studies to continue because that
Mhm,
3 months at the school is not going to be as you think it is. I
mhm.
was then that he came back and said, how come you were able to just say it's as it? I was, come on now, you and I live in this country. My
Yes.
children goes to Christian school whilst I pay extra. Why do
Mhm,
you think I pay extra?
mhm,
It's not cheap, it's expensive if
mhm,
you want something better.
mhm. Yeah. I want to, and Anako say I'm the same too. I went to the old upper six system. So
Yeah,
those were the days when school was school.
exactly. Exactly. That was true. But those of us, I wasn't an A student. My father
Mhm.
have to have, that was even then when we didn't have a double science system. My father have to have an extra teacher for me. My
Yeah.
father has two teachers for me. I have a French teacher who I kick out by myself. I came to Canada and I have to pay for my own education to study French. Because since I couldn't take it seriously, I ended up paying the price for it. Nothing is free. So they said free. Your children ended up getting the free. They came back fail, and that's why you think it's okay for me to complain that they fail. What do you mean? Why are you complaining? Come on, come on. It's something I'm not getting. I'm not getting it. We are not understanding everything around us, and it's affecting us so badly.
I don't know. I don't
Please
know.
do. And you also pay, because when I came, I paid.
Well, that's the thing. We don't want to pay for anything. So free appeals to us and attracts. And I know that, I mean,
Cheap
there
things
are people
cost.
who need it because of poverty and this and that, but still, you should be willing to invest something in your own child.
Cheap in
The
cost.
government can't raise your child for you.
Cheap things cost. Nothing expensive is that easy in this life. Like I said, let's say you are taking the bus. If you want to have a car, it comes with a price for you to pay. That is, you are just taking a bus pass and you are gone. You are not thinking about insurance or anything, or ticket, or maybe a car maintenance. You are not thinking about all those things. But once you make a move to change, it comes with its price. So since they said a cheaper system of education, you should know that price will come. Why were they forgotten? What were they expecting? Now all of a sudden, everybody think that is why they can come out and be complaining. I was so mad. What are they even complaining about? We lost. We took away respect out of the equation, and it has affected us. It has affected us in every area, every angle. I pray we bring it back. We should stop saying, oh, kind to no, yeah, anye yamaye, and ninti na yabra boy say, inti yansisa. We need that change, Auntie.
Look, are we willing to change? Because it's like I said, look at where things are right now, and we are still sitting there in some of these. Are we willing as a people? Do we want change? Or is it that whole system of, oh, worship boot licking, worshiping, oh, this person is a big boss, let me go and lick his boots, you give me this. Somebody is bigger than somebody is, down here and has to be stepped on before they can get food to eat. How about we try to even up the system so that bring people up? Is anybody interested in that? Like as a nation, your human resources are very important. What investment, like these 800 people who have failed, what's their future? So 800 people have to go and resit a whole exam,
Yes, that's
you
what.
know?
If that is the possible way, they should do it. But for me, every parent should put it. I mean, if education is not that expensive, why would some people take their children to Morning Star, Achimota, blah 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 blah? If it's not that expensive, what are they talking about? We are in Ghana, and I attended Gateko. And it was one of the private schools which was very very expensive. But I also know that there was other children that attended Madonna, and Madonna was being taught by the white. Those children were being taught by the white teachers, and you could tell the difference between them and us. That is how it is. So you can't tell me I am paying dollars for my children to study, and you went to free, and you want all of us to pass. Like, really, it doesn't happen. You're not getting it.
Oh,
We have lost the boat completely, and that is simply because we took respect out of the equation. We have to go back. We have to. Okay. Let's say we don't want to learn. Let's tell ourselves that our way of life back then is not working anymore. Let's divert. Even though if we are refusing not to learn. If we are refusing not to understand anything, we can still know that the way back then, gone are the days when the men hold the matches and the basket was on the head of the women. We got it. That was then. But it's no more now. Now we are in a new era. A new era that comes with a different things altogether. Let's understand it. Let's know that if I'm talking and I don't sound like you, it's fine. I don't have to have the same voice as yours, it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to have, if I'm crying, it's my cry. Don't call me names.
Mm-hmm.
That is how I want to do. If there is something and I share an opinion and you do not agree with me, that is because that is what I understand it. And
Mm-hmm.
that is fine. Let's learn. We don't want to learn, fine. But then let's, okay, in Fiaba the Yedi, is that not what they say? Or is that not what they're saying? Is that in Fiaba and Nuni sister, we are in Fina this is how about to see an Yedi or yet no.
Mm-hmm.
Our people just have to give respect. Lack of respect is affecting us. It's affecting every areas of our life. Let's have boundaries. Let's accept those boundaries in our life and say, okay, this is what you wanted it, and that is how it is. That is what he's saying, and it's fine. In that case, we won't go ahead and be calling other people's name and be saying things that is not good. Because the more you say, the more others will also retaliate. Let's learn from that. Auntie, yeah, I think I think we actually tackle and it entered the feelings as well. So
Well, it all starts from the individual for me. You need to, you are the best person to tell yourself that I am not okay. What can I do about it? If you are
mhm,
okay, that's good. Just keep going, doing what you're doing. But if you are not, you know, you are miserable, you are cussing at people, cursing people, insulting people, ask yourself why. Is that what you want to be known by? Does it show, like if I hear you talking, does it garner my respect? No. You know a person by the words that come out of their mouth. It gives you the first impression of that person. So we need to watch ourselves. But some of us think it is a joke. It's become, I don't know, because even the youth, when we were young, I mean, yeah, sure, we had our times, we were bad, we were this, but not right now. The youth don't
yeah,
care
not to
about
this
anything.
extent.
They
Yes.
don't value themselves. They are so disrespectful to their elders, and they think that the world owes them everything. Look, the government can't fix everything for you.
Not at all.
In this
Not
system that
at
we are talking
all.
about, in this system that 800 have failed, there's a boy in some small town or something who got
Who
eight
passed?
A's.
Yes.
And now the political capital is that he's got a scholarship, but it's the government secretary that gives the scholarship. It's not a Kufuor who is giving you a scholarship. So
Mm.
that is taken care of. So look at a person like that. He said that even if nobody came to help him, he would continue farming and doing whatever. And if he could go in the next 2 years, then he would. So those people like that one, there's many of them out there that need to be reached. Where is the future of Ghana? Our human resources are you, the youth. And yet, everybody wants to be a slave
Oh
queen or
yeah.
become a celebrity or, become like Shatawale, you know?
I, as for that, I will blame the police, the multi-party system of government. First of all, I blame democracy that was given to us at a point where we were not right.
Mm,
Ghanaians,
as for that.
yeah, Ghanaians did we were not right to have that democracy, and then we had it because somebody said something so bad, and then somebody went and said people are not understanding freedom of speech until I have to write the freedom of speech give us the liberty to talk anyhow.
Mm-hmm.
The freedom of speech taught us not to give value to the generations that are coming
Mm-hmm.
because we are doing things forgetting that we have little ones that are coming. I live in a system whereby everything is being programmed towards the little ones that are coming. Meaning, when you are talking, watch out because children are watching.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning, learn what you say in front of a child because what you do is what he's coming to do. That is the system we are. They consider children first before anything. Whatever it is, every word that you want to spit out there, if there is a children around, they expect you to consider that there's a child is there before you make any other move to say anything. But here we are. Somebody is saying bad thing and somebody is saying, why don't you understand? It's a freedom of speech. That is not freedom of speech. So we are not getting it. We are not understanding the whole thing. We lost it. We lost the equation. We lost it completely. Yeah, because I can't it no. Okay, can't it no, can't it. We
Got
said
it is
it.
gone.
Yes, it can't it no. Okay, can't it is yeah. But we did it how best it was for us then.
Mhm.
But for now, it's not working. Our people to understand is okay, can't it no you're okay. Say and okay, Sabium. Can't it
Mhm.
no ube fuma coffee jaba and someone be soldier. So see a crumple dear gas that I'm sure people are not even going for wood anymore. Say there is
Mhm.
gas everywhere. And because of the gas, that is why there is fire
Mhm.
everywhere and people are dying everywhere.
Hmm.
So dear you get it no a tram. And yeah, my biome. I didn't know why we still hanging on to can't today. No? Yeah, fine. Dear Yamfa, because we can't throw everything away. Accepted. Now to me, face dear yet, what the one that is good, the one that has paved a way for us to go up there. I think that is what we should take. And leave those ones that is not working for us or that is not good for us. We just try and leave it. Let's show some respect. Dignity teaches us the importance of civility and humanity. So let's have that dignity for us. Since we have taken there is no respect. That it's going bad. Let's try to learn. Let's try to put our feelings into others, that what I'm going to say, if it is being me, if that thing is being directed to me, would I like it? I think if we consider those things a little, if we wait and listen a little bit, pay attention to try and understand the other party, we will know how to respond. And it wouldn't be this ugly like the way it is now. Hmm? Auntie, yeah, I think I think we
we
have said
we
enough.
have said we have said we have said enough, but it's you as a human being, you need to respect yourself, you need to honor yourself. If you value yourself, you show that same respect to your fellow man. That's just how it is. There's no ifs, whens, and buts about it. Respect your fellow man. When you talk, you'll think about what is coming out of your mouth. You don't just spew out at people negatively. And you learn to listen to others and their opinions. Just because somebody does not agree with you does not mean they are your enemy. You could learn something from what they are saying, just as they can also learn from you. We are on this earth to learn from each other, educate each other. You don't have all the answers. Maybe somebody's perspective will help you make a better or a more informed decision. You might say, oh, this is how I was thinking, but from listening to Amajo, maybe I'll consider this, and that. And that's how life works. But as for us, we are just in this situation of, oh, boom, this is how it is, and boom, it has to be that way. No, that's inflexibility. Inflexibility. We have to. Yeah, teachers, yeah, that's true. Yep. Yes. So, we need to put value on ourselves and on each other, even in the society, the culture in which, the one of those countertisms which is still with us. And I go back to what Amajo said about that man. Oh, a woman raised him, so he's crying, he's this, is
Yeah.
that. Put value, you know what? The society needs to start putting value on everybody, men and women alike. Enough is enough. After all, we all came out of a woman, including you, the men. So you need to learn. Look, good can come out of a man, good can come out of a woman.
No matter
It's
what.
not only the men who have the answers. And what is being so macho? How is it going to help you? You see, it's good to be strong and yet you tamper that strength with gentility. It's not every time change, change. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. We should stop those male chauvinist ideas or whatever it is. The person is in pain. It's not about a woman raising him. Acknowledge his pain. We don't know how to validate each other. A lot of us were not validated. Oh, you feel this. Oh, dear. Oh, enyafi, enyafi. Pachano, forgive them. Forgive them. You're carrying on too much. No, people need to be held accountable for their behaviors. If I behave badly, I need to be held accountable. If Amajo is behaving badly, she needs to be held accountable. We let people get away with a lot of things. And now we are suffering because we don't know how to hold anybody accountable, not our leaders. It's from the top to the bottom. So look at the state in which we are. People are making progress and we are stuck way behind the bar because
we are mess. Huh? Auntie, did
yes,
you
we
say
are
we are
messed.
stuck? we
We are way behind there. We are way behind there. We are stuck. We are stuck in a rut, and it's just unfortunate. So yeah, the more I wish, I mean, it's not up to me. I'm not an educational planner or whatever, but our value system, our core values as a people, it has to change. But we can only do it little bit at a time, one person at a time. So you change yourself, maybe it will make an impact on somebody else. They will also change.
Yes.
Take responsibility for yourself. It starts with you. So don't go about insulting people because it's the norm and think that it is okay. No, it is not acceptable. So again, we came here tonight to talk about this, respecting the opinions, dignity, and personal boundaries of others. In all your dealings with people, seek understanding, be compassionate. I mean, even if you don't agree with them, listen to them, hear them out, work things out. Learn to resolve issues before it becomes a full-blown war.
Yes.
So
Yes.
with that,
Yeah.
well, we will end
We
it
will
here.
write
We'll
it
be back
down.
on Sunday night with a woman's heart. Dare to dream, dare to believe, dare to dream is the topic. So if you want to feel empowered or be empowered, please come along and join us. We thank you all for coming. Miss Sage, Nanako and anybody else that I didn't see or I didn't mention, Pastor Patience,
Pastor
thank you
P.
so much, and everybody else.
Miss.
And those who come after to listen, I hope you get something out of it. Amajo, thank you, and we'll meet again Sunday night, 6 o'clock. Have a
Awesome.
good
Thank you
weekend. Happy
very much.
Thanksgiving. I hope you all enjoyed your Thanksgiving, those of you in the States. God bless you. Take care.
Okay,
Good night.
bye.
Bye.